look, I definitely work for some organizations that would never have allowed me to do this, right? I was lucky that Freddie Mac just was very open and looked at it as, at the very least, worst case scenario, Bill probably spends too much time in this, and we have a conversation with him, right? Probably not the case. All right, we know Bill well enough. Best case, we actually get great talent because they're looking at Bill doing this and saying, well, I really like what Bill's talking about. He works at Freddie Mac. They're letting him do this. That seems like a pretty cool place to work, right? So, and we did actually. That was one of the bigger benefits. But to your point, though, the single biggest benefit is the learning and growth hack for you personally. I never was the type of person that, oh, I've been doing this for 20 years and I know what I'm doing and this is the right way. So you've got to do it this way. My parents put too much humility in me from an early age to think that way. But I did learn. I was like, and every week I'd come away with these great ideas because someone was doing it a little bit differently or completely differently, even for that matter. I'm like, man, I should have thought of that like 10 years ago. That would have really been helpful, right? So I've been able to, now have all these conversations. We're going up into 3 years. And all this rich knowledge, I can bring that even to our clients today, right? And which that in and of itself is a benefit. So, but from an IP perspective, I just was very clear. At one point there was a conversation, with my previous employer. They're like, "Hey, we want to do this on our platform," and I was like, "No, this is mine," and that was fine. And they were fine. Even Medallia has been super gracious. Like, we've got guidelines. Like, I can't, and the guidelines make sense and what you would expect. Like, don't interview anyone at your competitors, right? Like, okay, that makes sense. I won't do that, right? But like, it's that sort of stuff that we, just, shake hands on. And I'm not going to put the organization I work for in any kind of situation where they're uncomfortable. I would never want to do that anyway. And I want to be respectful of the relationship I have. I've got a great job. It's a great company. And, from my perspective, it's around, again, just staying, okay, true to what problems are people trying to solve and who's doing that in an interesting way out there, and bringing those stories to the fore. And, as long as I still am doing that, I think, everybody does benefit. I mean, I know I certainly benefit. I think our clients benefit. I think the firm overall benefits. And, it seems like, we're doing pretty well on the listener base too. And it seems like they're getting value out of the show.